All right, let's go. It was a bit of a rough weekend in the world of crypto. Some of us are still reeling from this shitcoin we bought back in 2014 that is down 50%. But fear not, I found an infinite money glitch that you can use during times of uncertainty. First, you buy a WNBA ticket for $29.99. Then, you buy a blue dildo for $15. Next, place a max bet that a blue dildo will be thrown onto the floor for $5,000. And finally, throw the blue dildo onto the court during the game. Profit $69,955. Pretty good idea, huh, Joe? So we're going to get into everything that is going on right now, from Pedro Pascal's latest anxiety attack to the real reason Kamala Harris isn't running for governor of California.
We did a poll, and basically, even the shit you find in the street is more popular than me.
From the best way to help people in need to why you can never understand what Joe Biden is saying.
The whole block, a guy driving a truck knocked down a whole bridge and the whole blocked 4 lanes of the highway.
We'll check in on Brigitte Macron after she dropped her case against Candace Owens and get an update on labor negotiations in the WNBA. We'll talk about the importance of prayer in your life.
Praying for a smooth flight?
No. Bumpy.
I'll show you Coke bottles that don't need any Mentos to explode. And of course, we'll take a look at some great jeans.
Hey, you want to go to American Eagle?
Oh, I can't go in there because I'm black.
I'm pretty black, so let's see if I can go in there. Here she is in the flesh, Sydney Sweetie. What do y'all think about these pants? Y'all like these pants? Apparently, I can go in there if I'm black. They even took my picture.
I'll show you the only reason to buy Kamala's new book, and we'll discuss if it's okay to tell your kids that this is Barack Obama and Joe Biden. We'll get into what Democrats really want.
Democrats are the party of ugly-ass people, and we want representation, maybe some non-binary Latino midgets, maybe a couple of fat shamikas eating fried chicken and fighting at a Carnival cruise or a Waffle House or some shit like that. Just any ugly people. If they're too ugly to go outside, that's our people.
And even answer Morgan Freeman's question, name one thing that qualifies Donald Trump to be president of the United States. It's this, Morgan. Only this. We'll celebrate the 3-week anniversary of America's Sweethearts. And with the president saying that Elizabeth Warren is no Pocahontas, can we all just agree on the idea that she should be renamed as Wounded Knee? All right, let's talk some crypto news, and we start right here with SEC Commissioner Paul Atkins.
Today, I should like to discuss what Commissioner Peirce, Hester Peirce, and I are calling Project Crypto, which will be the SEC's North Star in aiding President Trump in his historic efforts to make America the crypto capital of the world. The SEC will not stand idly by and watch innovations develop overseas while our capital markets remain stagnant.
We also saw this from USA Today. XRP is the smartest cryptocurrency to buy with $500 right now. This article says XRP is poised for growth, noting that it excels in fast, cost-effective global payments. It goes on to say that recent regulatory victories and the Genius Act enhance its appeal, making XRP a compelling long-term investment with strong potential for future gains. We also see this, which is pretty interesting. You can see that August 1st of 2017 and 4 years later in 2021, both kicked off explosive gains for XRP of over 100x in value. Now that another 4 years have passed, could we see the next 100x increase? And this is something worth paying attention to. Ripple co-founder explains why most banks don't use XRP. Ripple CTO David Schwartz explains banks' hesitation to adopt XRP, citing regulatory uncertainties, high compliance costs, and reliance on established payment systems. He says that despite XRP's efficient cross-border transactions, banks favor stability, but Schwartz is optimistic that future regulatory clarity will enhance XRP's adoption.
Just wonderful.
All right, we're finally here, the moment we've been waiting for since 2021. The real bull run is kicking off, alt season is right around the corner, and now is the time to maximize profits with Nomy. and I want to thank them for sponsoring this video. Let me show you why I use Nomy as my go-to platform to earn in crypto without trading or taking on crazy risk. Nomy is fully licensed, backed by a team that's been crushing it since 2019, with over 600 successful project launches through Nomy Ventures. When you check out nomyfi.com, you'll see all the key metrics and press mentions. Hit nomyfi.com/licenses for their legal docs, and nomyfi.com/staking to see the yield calculator. From there, click any asset and head into your account, go to interest account, then fix staking. Inside, you'll see your deposits and the passive income earned every day. Holding crypto and earning passively is one of the smartest plays during a bull run. Nomy lets you request 1 0-fee asset swap per deposit, and VIP members get 5 free swaps per month. So explore Nomy, stake your crypto, open prize boxes, links are below, and as always, do your own research. All right, let's take a look at some of the other top headlines.
I just want to ask you, why didn't you invoke this law in your first term? You could have taken in billions upon billions of dollars in your first term, but you waited until your second term.
Yeah, because in my first term, I was fighting lunatics like you who were trying to do things incorrectly and inappropriately to a president that was duly elected. And we did do certain tariffs in the first term. If you look at China, we took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China. But when COVID came, the last thing I was going to do is tell France and Italy and Spain and a couple of other countries that we're going to hit you with tariffs. We had to fight the COVID situation when that came.
What you see happening today is, so far, we're on a similar path where there's, again, no noticeable increase in inflation as a result of these tariffs. And in fact, not only that, but we put out a report a few weeks ago about how imported goods were actually getting cheaper.
We started tariffs, we didn't know what they're going to be, and now we kind of know, and they're more moderate and thoughtful and more carefully done, and hopefully they'll help some companies export. Maybe some people move manufacturing back here. So, so far, so good.
With all the new information that has come out involving the Russian fraud hoax, arguably the biggest conspiracy in American history, will people be held accountable?
I have complete confidence in the Department of Justice to follow these facts, to follow this new, further avalanche of evidence, and to take all the necessary legal steps to ensure that the wrongdoers, the coup plotters, the schemers, and the insurrectionists are held fully accountable under the laws and Constitution of these United States.
I guess there's only one thing left to do. Joe Biden is yelling again
that all men and women are created equal and deserve to be treated equally throughout their lives. Our Constitution has helped ensure that while we never fully lived up to that, we've never walked away from it either. Our Constitution guarantees a set of basic rights to every single American.
It's good to see that he still doesn't understand that equal opportunity doesn't mean equal outcome. Joe went on to tell a story about when his girlfriend said he was a pedophile, and he said, that's a pretty big word for a 9-year-old. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer takes offense that some people are insinuating that he is infringing on people's right to free speech, saying free speech has not been abolished in the UK and will jail anyone who says it has been. According to Trueflation metrics, the US inflation index has plunged all the way down to 1.67%.
I think we have great momentum in the economy. Now that the tax bill is passed, there is great certainty. I think that there has been a big holdback in CapEx until companies were sure that they were going to get the 100% immediate expensing, and then they'll be getting, and that's permanent, they'll be getting 100% immediate expensing for factory structures and ag structures for the next 5 years. So, we're seeing a CapEx boom.
Wait till you see the boom that this country goes through in 5 or 6 months from now with all of the things that are happening. Car plants are getting ready to start built. Mm-hmm. They're going to be built by record numbers. The AI stuff is crazy, what's going on there. Billions and billions, trillions of dollars is being, and it's all going to start very shortly now. It's amazing. We've taken in almost $17 trillion of investments in this country. And when you see what happens, we're going to have a successful country like I think we've never had before.
Representative Jasmine Crockett claims that her numbers are falling now that we make sure that people who vote actually have a legal right to do so.
Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Okay, we know that.
We joked earlier about Pocahontas, aka Wounded Knee, but a new video has emerged which may better explain her fall.
Assemblymember Mamdani is right. The number one issue out there in New York City right now is affordability. But he's wrong in what he wants to do. Every one of his policies, every one, will make the city less affordable and less livable and less safe.
Rumors swirling that Kamala Harris is not running for California governor because she's going to make another attempt at the presidency. But instead of working a day at McDonald's, she's announced she'll just do Five Guys instead. Maybe Kamala and Mamdani should just join forces and run as Kamamdani. President Trump on his new appointment to the Federal Reserve.
I have a couple of people in mind. I'll be announcing somebody for the filling of the person that left. A woman left, as you know, who was I guess a Biden appointment, either Biden or Obama, but I think a Biden appointment. And she left early, and I think she left because she agreed with me on interest rates, and yet they were on the other side of the ballpark, right? So I'll be announcing that probably over the next couple of days.
While increased tariffs are pushing up prices in some categories of goods.
And Miramax is toying with the idea of remaking the Coen Brothers classic. It'll be titled No Country for Old Cunts. So you know I'll be watching, and I'll keep you updated with any new information. It feels like people are finally starting to understand that we just have too much government, and this was actually the politician influenced by a Russian agent. Just be happy with who you are, because the next thing they're going to want to do is give you some experimental gene therapy. As I always like to say, you can try and hide things, but the truth will always come out.
So anyway, as I was trying to choke Jeffrey Epstein to death, he kept trying to spank my ass over and over again. And I was like, no, Jeffrey, I'm trying to kill you. God damn it, stay still. And then I told Bill about it, and he's like, we can play that game, honey. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you, Bill?
And if you have a couple more minutes, you may have missed my last video where a date was given for $1,000 XRP and some more jokes that I will take no responsibility for if they make you lose friends. Until the next time, be safe.